You said we should talk. So let's talk. So how'd you get out?
One guard can't cover 2 exits. Or third-floor windows. Knots untie and locks get picked. Entropy comes from order, right?
Right.
Look, we got off to a bad start. But we're on the same side. The living side. You and Rick had every reason to leave me out there. You didn't. I'm from a place that's a lot like this one. Part of my job is searching out other settlements to trade with. I took your truck because my community needs things. And both of you look like trouble. But I was wrong. You're good people. And this is a good place. I think our communities may be in a position to help each other.
Wait, you're looking for more settlements? You mean you're already trading with other groups?
Your world's about to get a whole lot bigger.
Oh, Walking Dead, everybody. This show, dude. This show.
It keeps delivering, people. It's reason why it's the number one show right now.
Right.
I mean,
but wait a second. Really quick. Let's just look at the idea of this show. How many shows have you ever watched where every single person in the main part of the story, which in our case would be the group, there isn't a weak link? You know what I mean? Here's Maggie, pregnant Maggie. You think that, oh, now she might be the damsel in distress. No, she's going in and laying out the law, man. She knows. Oh,
well, Deanna pretty much set that tone, because she would make that very clear in the last season, where she needs to take more of a leadership role. And Rick hit on that in this episode. You got to do more. This is where you belong. This is
right at the second point too, where she really came in and was like, "I have leverage."
Well, she's learning. I guess she was scared first day on the job. So it's a lot of pressure.
No, I'm with it. I'm not talking shit. Yeah. I think she handled the first meeting perfectly. She didn't have anything to use against him yet. She didn't know anything about him yet, so she did it exactly right. She stayed cool. She watched the situation. She told him, "You're not going to get with me. Drop your fucking bullshit and just be straight with me, because that's the only way we're going to have a conversation."
He was trying, wasn't he? He was.
Yeah. And she's like, "I don't care about your shit."
Yeah, it's not going to, believe me, you're not that impressive.
Yeah, exactly. You're not that impressive.
I dealt with Woodbury, all right? So, believe me, you're nothing. If you think about it, right? Because
lose an item of Michonne and we'll talk.
Yeah, exactly. So, Gregory's not much of a threat. I mean, it made it very clear. But the hilltop is something.
He's not a dummy.
No.
He's not a dummy.
We're talking about the hilltop. We jumped ahead a little bit, but the hilltop is something that I'm just been waiting to talk about forever, because I don't want to get spoiled away on this show. So it's difficult to not to talk about certain points of this storyline. The hilltop is laid out there, people. It says this is the new world. Are there other communities? I don't know, but the thing is, it's saying that Alexandria is not the only place, and they're in a much better situation than they are, or are they?
No, I don't think the Hilltop's in a better situation at all. Mm-hmm. I think they're more vulnerable than anything, and the fact that Negan's got such a thumb on top of him proves it.
Well, I mean, like they said, he's like a mob boss. He's so.
But go to Alexandria with that shit and see how it works.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because what they said, there's maybe 20. They gave 20 people, right? They said they think it's about 20.
They had, how many people was it about? Maybe 9 or 12 that confronted 3 of our group, and they all became vapor.
Yep.
So I don't care how many people Negan's got. Our group wants it more.
Wow,
that's what it comes down to.
Well, we're definitely gonna get that. And again, your Negan's name was dropped.
Yep.
Was I sweating? Was I sweating? People, what do you think?
He was.
I was not even close to sweating. Yeah. I'm just like, another one down. I keep telling this guy it's not gonna happen. Okay.
No, well, right now they're on a collision course with them. Right.
Oh.
They're literal. They are.
Yeah.
The group. Even Michonne's already said it's gonna be a fight. So. That what I'm thinking again, the way that this seems to be progressing, I doubt if they're going to go and just start attacking the entire group. They've got to size them up. And like I keep saying, the first time that you see Negan might not be the first time he speaks on camera, but he will have been seen before the last episode. That's what I'm sticking to. And there is no doubt in my mind that I'm right, especially after this last episode.
Well, I wish we could bet money on these people because he's going to lose the farm. No,
I've got
no
money.
fun. No pun intended to those who lost the farm. Maggie, sorry,
I don't
mean
yeah,
that.
I don't have a farm, but I got money.
Okay, so tell me this. All right, so again, as I said last episode, that they're going to carry on this bonding with the other characters, and it did exactly that with Abraham. Okay, he's getting a little touch of jungle fever. He might get the fever. People, you see, he's struggling.
He's figuring out what's important to him, and that's the whole thing. Is when it comes down to it, Rosita, as wonderful she might be, she's got her points. It's not what he desires, and now he's got to come to terms with that, and that's cool. I think Sasha is a much better fit for Abraham, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll see. That could lead somewhere, or we'll see.
Or not, we'll see. Who knows? But what I really liked was, and I actually thought that they had a missed opportunity there, in a sense, because when they were talking about going over to the hilltop. And Carl's like, no, I'm going to stay behind. You know, he gave some good reasons why he should be there to protect everyone. And he's like, besides this messed up kid's face, isn't going to be, like that's not the representation the group should have. And to me, it's like, no. You're the exact face of this group at this point. You know what I mean? Tough, resilient, with a ridiculous amount of fortitude.
Oh yeah, his character has really evolved since the beginning. He's
Yeah.
not the little kid like hiding under mom's arms.
Exactly.
He's
and
on-
you show up with a kid like that, man, and holy crap, is this town going to understand?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, when you showed Rick there, yeah, he's a tough guy, but they didn't understand until one of their boys came back and started fucking with people, and then he realized, you don't mess with Rick.
I mean, think about that for a minute. The timing of the group arriving in that mess. I mean, come on. I mean, think about trying to step out of that Rick group and just imagine you're that guy on the post running through Hilltop, and these people come here with freaking weapons. It's like, oh damn, And then they fuck some people up, and they're not playing games, people.
I love Rick covered in blood. What? Like, this had to be done. You realize this had to be done, right? Like, that was his attitude. I like that.
Oh my goodness! And that blood, he got him right in the artery, and that freaking just bled.
Yep.
That was a bleeding, bro. That was straight up.
Completely. And that's what I love about this show, because they gave you that quick shot. Oh, Michonne's going to take him out. It's like, no. Rick has got it handled.
Crazy. Yeah.
And if Rick didn't have a knife, he'll bite that shit out.
He's done that. He made that very clear. He's capable of doing that.
Yep.
All right.
And then, but I liked the noticeable change with Jesus. If you're looking at him, like his look, he's looking a little bit like Bigby Wolf in a way from the Fables series. Like, he isn't looking as holy as he kind of had in the first episode, where he was so clean and everything. You can see it in his hair already. His hair is unwashed at this point, and he's just looking a little bit different. And I kind of like that, because it just shows that he might not be the guy you think he is. And who knows at this point? That's what you might.
I know.
But I don't.
I know. Here's the thing.
He's definitely a pragmatist. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Well, he does play a vital role in the New World. Okay.
I'm sure.
And his character, good or bad, like I said, it does help move the story along. And but you're right though. You're not sure he's good or bad, and I think that's the whole point of his presentation. Because tell you what, some people look at him and they say Jesus, they automatically trust. Because they believe and he's going to be okay. But even Rick was still not sure.
Yep.
Even now.
Me either. Yeah, I agree with Rick. I'm on Rick's side.
Yeah, even on the other side of that fence, they got spears. We could take this place out. We don't know what's on the other side. And I love the reveal of it, because you saw the wall, you couldn't see anything, and then just the reveal, like what's it going to look like. It looked like a base. It looked like modern day pilgrims. Pretty much.
It really did. Which is what it was supposed to kind of look like in a way.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that even Rick, when he's inside, he's like, we came all this way for food. We're getting food. You know what I mean? He wasn't really making a threat, but he was really stating reality. It's like, we're not leaving here without the food.
And it sounds like you can tell that we can take you guys out fairly quickly. You know, but he wasn't making that threat, but he obviously had enough confidence to make that kind of statement. So it goes without saying that, you know, again, Rick is he's not a different person. Yes, I will have to say he is, but it's just like he's cautionary, but yet authoritative, but also at the same time threatening.
Well, think about how he's run this group. This is a group that has literally weeded out every asshole that's come anywhere near it. Either killed them or got rid of them one way or another. There is they got 8 or whatever, but this is not a group that deals with assholes very well.
Mm-hmm.
And if the asshole gets past everybody else, there's always Carol. So this isn't a thing that I'm worried about. Like that Greg guy, whatever happens, I don't think he's going to be long on the show for some reason. He just doesn't seem like he's going to make it very far. Mm-hmm. But he's full of shit. Mm. And even if he gets it by everybody else, Carol's not having it. And that's what it's going to come down to with these. Yeah,
they keep her on the back burner for a reason, because people die around her.
Yep.
Well,
that's why I imagine this episode with her not in it and Enid, the little girl, that she's not in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, oh, Carol's planning shit in her head right now to get her killed the next time it's necessary. You know what I mean? She's
planting those seeds, people. She's good at that.
Planning a Walker bomb or something.
A Walker bomb.
Yeah.
Who will Carol Walker bomb this week and stuff?
And speaking of which, did you see the photograph they were passing around at the end of the show? Apparently, Maggie is giving birth to Super Bomberman. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I don't know the reference. I didn't watch the Talking Dead.
No, it wasn't on Talking Dead. She was at the very end of the episode.
Oh, you're talking about showing that picture?
Yeah. But look at the picture. It looked like Super Bomberman, man.
You're talking to people who haven't played. You got kids weren't even born when that game came out.
I don't give a fuck. Buy a Nintendo, bitch. They got them at your local pawn shop. Shit. Sell a kidney and get them Nintendo. And play you some Super... If you don't know what Super Bomberman is, that's your fault.
It's like
that's all I tell you.
You see that kid holding that Mr. Microphone and like some AM stations up? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Now, that would be funny if all of a sudden there's like a broadcast and it's some kid 3 feet away with a Mr. Microphone.
I'll see you at 8 o'clock, or whatever the line was. I don't remember. But,
Yeah, there was... They tried to hit on chicks.
Well, there's some...
because, chicks always drive around with their car on a staticky AM station.
Absolutely. That's how you meet the hot ladies, people. Keep that down. But, hey, something new this week. If you haven't noticed, we have a new poster or logo, whatever, or just a splash page of Bringing Out the Dead. Isn't that pretty cool?
Hey, yeah, big thanks to Tony for putting that together.
Yeah, it took me 2 minutes to put that together, so I put a lot of thought.
Yeah, let's see. We've been on the air now for 8 months, and it took you 2 minutes to put it together.
That doesn't really help me, does it?
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it.
What does that tell about me, people? I'm so. Can we scratch that? Can we scratch that part out? Can we?
Yeah, I can scratch that out. Don't worry, I wouldn't put. That
I spent hours, people. I
spent
spent hours on this here.
He spent his.
We went through some focus groups, just picking on the color.
Absolutely.
The layers, what we're going to each layer, how we're going to move things. There was a lot of thought in that process.
What we do is for our focus group, instead of giving them a knob that they push a button when they're happy, we just connect the electrodes to their penis. And when they get an erection, we know we're on the right track.
There you go, people. Works every time.
Every time, except on women. Well, some women. I don't want to get into that. This is to Bring Out the Dead show, so we should be talking more about the Dead show, I think.
Okay,
there was a lot going on this week.
We're jumping around, but the one thing we didn't really touch on is Rick was very upfront with Carl about his relationship with Michonne. It just happened. I mean, man, I just pulled out. That's how quick. I mean,
that's what he is. He's like, it just happened like last night.
It just went down, bro.
Yeah, it's not like I was keeping shit.
Yeah, you can smell my finger. You can smell it.
Yeah, exactly. Each one of them is different flavor on this one and that one.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely. But he seemed pretty cool with it because think about it. I mean, they've been around. I mean, Carl's been around Michonne, so of course he's going to feel naturally okay with it. I don't see why he would be upset.
After Carl killed, talk about the ultimate cockblock, shot her right in the face. The old tail that he had, Mom. So now he's got to be cool with this, man. His dad deserves some happiness. even if it never works out on the show.
Yeah, it's just not necessary. I think that was Abraham's problem. Like, why would you want to bring a kid in this shit? You know, this
Oh, I'm so with Abe on that one, man. Because, first of all, Rick's kid is unnaturally quiet in the zombie apocalypse. That is impossible that the kid is that fucking quiet at all times. Starving the way that kid must be, the kids are hungry, they're going to cry. Everything they're going to cry.
Well, you got to think about this for a minute. I mean, babies are going to happen. People are going to have sex, and it's going to happen. Babies are going to come no matter what.
Well, I imagine there's not many condoms left in the world. I think the ones Maggie got from Glenn in the first season, that's probably about the end of them.
Who'll be grabbing condoms during the zombie apocalypse? There should be plenty of them around.
Well, Glenn and Maggie did, apparently, so I don't know. Somebody's going to.
I mean, it was a great product placement for Bisquick. I mean, I think their sales are going to go up in this episode because
Yeah, absolutely.
that was a pretty cool little reference to Abraham.
Yeah, making bacon.
Yeah.
I like how Glenn acted like a what? Oh, you mean when I was so yeah, that was a little bit surprising. I don't know. Do you think at this point Glenn would be a little more with it? But I guess not.
He was a pizza delivery guy before all this, before he got a hot chick and kicking ass and,
Yeah, but he's had the hot chick and been kicking ass for like a year now. Come on, how much longer does he get to rest on that pizza guy thing,
Well, hey, is his background. You never know. But so anyway, now we got a peek of what things to come. Now think about this for a minute. This is just me looking inside out, or whatever, outside in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Pick one. So you got.
We got back into the womb all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
you got Rick taking out more people of Negan's group, the bikers, and this little stunt that did not go through. It will get back to Negan. Okay, like you said, Negan does have Rick's group on radar.
Right.
They don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm not trying to predict the comic book. I'm just thinking. At this point, he said, "Okay, who are these people messing my shit up? Okay, where they come from? All right, so definitely they're on the radar. So what we're gonna find out, maybe sooner than you think, but I'm expecting a lot more from the hilltop. There's more.
Not sooner than I think, sooner than you think.
Well, you gotta keep in mind how many more episodes do we have left? What, 4?
We're at 11 right now, so we've got 5 left.
5 left.
Yep.
Okay, you could easily waste 2 of those episodes on some origin story that's not moving the story along, but moving characters along. Okay.
And so then 3 episodes will have Negan in it.
Yeah. If they could
That's what
do
you're
a
saying
whole
now.
8 episodes in a 2-day period, they can definitely stretch out
But
Negan.
but they're not doing that anymore.
I hear
They've
ya,
already
but
shown
there's-
that. That's not the speed
But-
this season is.
But if you see you're getting a slow turning of that knife, of what's up with Negan? They ain't being dropped. A lot of stuff's going down. We're hearing little bits and pieces.
you'll see. Just remember when it's right, we're gonna put up. It's gonna be a naked picture of Tony, so that's gonna be the prize that all you guys get for me being right.
All
Jeez.
I'm here from
Now I'm hoping I'm not right.
now it's like this. We're gonna hear Ross gonna say, "You know what, Tony, you are the master of films. You know
I'm going to
more
say
than
I never said that he was going to show up before the last episode. I didn't say that. I don't know what happened to those previous episodes that just they got deleted from YouTube. I don't know what happened.
This is all fabricated.
Yeah, it was all fabricated.
This is the stuff Trump is talking about. This is
In fact, I was the one saying he'd be in the last episode.
they never show our pictures together. I could actually be Ross Miller instead of whatever. But
Yeah,
but
you never know.
here's the thing I keep in mind. All right, that you're wrong, I'm right, and let's move forward. Okay, we'll keep going on now.
We'll keep going. We'll keep going on the fact that I'm right and
Okay.
you're wrong. I agree with you. So Rick's choice of sending in Maggie, when Maggie turned to him, why aren't you going in? And he just says, I shouldn't.
He's the enforcer. He's not a diplomat anymore. He doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
He understands his role
Yeah.
now. I like it. But he understands also, too, that Rick was far less going to put up with that dude's bullshit. You know what I mean? As soon as the guy started picking bullshit, that gun was coming out. All right, I haven't got time to play with you guys. Rick is not about that. And he understood that Maggie's got a little bit more of the kid gloves, a little bit more of the diplomacy. And like he was saying, that Deanna was right about her. And it's not even that that Deanna was right about what she can become. She knew what she already was. She just needed to live it.
And I'm going to touch back on something you said a little bit earlier about the group. And another thing that's pretty cool about, like you said, there's no bullshit. You know, they got the right crew together. They all went together to go check out the hilltop. Then sent 2 or 3 people. They took the core to say, hey, let's go check this out. Let's see what's going on before we do anything. Which and that shows, like you said, they're not putting up with any bullshit. They're a team. They're a unit. They're a family. They know how to work in this situation. We're going to a new environment, and I think they even approached the hilltop as they would any door where they don't know what's going on. They're all in position, ready for whatever, guns drawn, and we're just ready to go at it. You know, and the thing was that it took, I think, Jesus to comment out, hey, dude, I'm trusting you. I'm asking you to trust me. You know, shit, you're the one with the goddamn guns, and I'm trusting you.
Right.
So, you know, that's another point that, like, I'm just excited about this new season. This is not disappointing at all.
See, what's actually going to happen is next episode, they're going to go back to Alexandria real quick. They're going to pop down there to see, make sure everything's cool. And Carol's going to have Negan's head on a pike. She's going to be like, I don't know, these guys stopped by. And that's Carol.
Now, that would totally throw a monkey wrench in his entire show. Would be freaking... I mean, you could, just sake of an argument here, of totally telling a different story.
Right.
It would totally warp the whole universe of Walking Dead. It's like saying at the end of Empire Strikes Back, Luke says, "Okay, I'll hang with you, Dad." I mean, it'll be
right.
like totally what? That's not. This wouldn't happen. So that would be crazy. But
I think it'd be hilarious. Just Maggie, Carol's just got everything taken care of. It's like, nope, it's all wrapped up. Don't worry about it. It's handled.
Now what do you do for 2 seasons? Oh my goodness. But it's definitely not disappointing at all. Did you hear anything on the pipeline about anything on the side or what?
What do you mean?
I'm asking for any. Did you get any inside information?
No, nothing. I've been staying away from inside information on this show, and you know, I literally just watched the episode this morning. I was out doing comedy all last night and just didn't get a chance to it. So I really don't know anything except what I've seen, what we've already talked about.
Well,
and one other comment from early on in the episode, they had Maggie and Glenn taking over the farming responsibilities. I cannot think of 2 people better suited for farming. Stop sending these people outside. They keep getting in trouble. Somebody's got to save them. It's a pain in the ass, man. Just put them on the farm. Get them out there with some ox and just start plowing them fields.
Get some livestock.
You know?
Oh, my goodness. No.
Enough is enough already with that. But did you have anything else you wanted to cover from this episode?
I am predicting a death, and I hope they come through. That'd be freaking awesome. And I'm going to say it now because I'm going for a cliffhanger. This is my Hail Mary pass, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I would think that the person they're going to take out will be Maggie. And I'm going to say it now. This is my official prediction that Negan's going to kill Maggie.
We sure as hell know they ain't going to kill Glenn.
You know, now, or this is a crazy ass bet is they do kill both of them. Which,
I would love that.
Which would be cool as hell. I mean, it'd be one. We don't need another baby on the show. So that's me thinking. Come on, we already went through that story with Rick. So why would we do that again?
But what about season 9, The Walking Babies?
No, that's after the Fear. If Fear does well, then they'll do the baby show. And that's why I'm thinking why. Because look, they're showing the picture. Who has a freaking sonogram working in the zombie apocalypse, man?
There's a guy on a bicycle pedaling to keep it charged and stuff.
It's like, okay, so to me, in that whole bonding of, another baby's coming, we're all happy, you're just signing your death warrant right there. Maggie is done, people.
Wasn't she there when Lori was trying to run around 8 months pregnant, just all messed up, trying to just survive with them?
Yeah.
It was not an easy time, so.
But I think it would be awesome if Negan kills both of them. It would just it would set the tone for the next season. Like, oh damn, the gloves are off. Right. So let me go for I'm going for a double decker here. I'm going for a double here, some kind of baseball term that they use for
Double whammy.
a double whammy pammy. That's what I'm doing here, people. I'm calling it right now. Mark the date, February 29th. Leap year. Perfect time to make that kind of prediction. A day doesn't even exist the rest of the decade. Or every 4 years. So
Yeah, the rest of the 3 years from
yeah,
here. You know.
anyway. So there we go. Glenn and Maggie are going to be taken out either at the, I'm going to say, it's going to be revealed at the season premiere of season
Finale.
5. Yeah. So they're going to
Oh.
leave a cliffhanger of Negan killing somebody, but the reveal is going to be both of them. Which, come on, would you freak the hell out? At the beginning of the season, we find that not only one but two are dead.
Yeah, I guess. Not anymore. You already spoiled it.
I spoiled it. Actually, it's on page 37 on book 107 of the Walking. I don't know, people.
Yeah.
The thing,
No.
it's I do know the answer in the comic book, but right now how they're doing it, it's why I'm guessing they may make some changes because they want.
hope so.
You know, because yes, they could stay on the same. What do you call a game that's on the same track?
Being on the same track.
No, you know, some games that you play, they're not sandbox. You're actually on a track to do things. They're not following the ABC plan of the comic book.
Oh, okay. It's not on the rails. So
Rails,
okay.
there we go. Rail game, whatever. So not on the rail. So they're not going we gotta go here, we gotta go there. They're always changing things. They're mixing characters. They're changing characters. They're making up stuff. So the fans like myself who do want to watch the show because it'd be nice to do some changes and some fixes as well. Stuff that didn't work well in the comic book, they're making those changes in the TV show. So that's why I'm making such a crazy prediction because I know who really dies in a comic book. It's not
Right.
very hard to look up. Okay, so but I'm making an effort not to tell. So
I do like your $100,000 way of asking, the $100,000 pyramid way of asking me. Okay, it's not Fallout, it's Call of Duty. It's it's like trying to.
I'll try to be
trying
all
to give me
technical. I'll
hints.
try to
I
be
like that.
technical. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was really good. But I do, speaking of video games, want to do a quick review on episode 1 of a 3-part series for the Michonne game that is out by Telltale. A very intense game, very much has Michonne's voice to it. The choices that you have to make are interesting and on the spot. And even when you think you're making the right choice, just like The Walking Dead, they have a great way of turning it around and showing you that, oh man, you should have just left that be, or maybe you should have interacted when you had the chance, or interacting was the wrong thing to do. And it really keeps the thing moving, and it's interesting. And the first episode was about a 2.5 hour game. It was very exciting. I'm really looking forward to episode 2 and 3. Just showing once again, Telltale really understands the material.
Okay, so in your opinion, as far as the Walking Dead video games, Telltale has so far made the best from TV to game
Absolutely, they did the most loyal to the universe. They didn't try to go anything. They didn't try to add anything new, and they didn't try to make it it's not perfect, and it is on taste. Some people they didn't like season 2 of the original one that follows Clementine's story, but I liked it. I thought it carried it on perfectly, and in a sense, it was almost like a Empire Strikes Back part of the story. It was that hinge that now hopefully they'll be doing the 3rd season. I understand they are. And they can kind of finish it up or at least carry it on. I don't know how many seasons they plan on. I hope they don't go crazy with it. I'd like to see a concise story. So I'd really love it if they finished at 3.
Well,
but this right here, for that little taste of, let's just throw you a bone while we're finishing this other game, it's perfect. It really was.
Well, okay, there's something to think about. Now, they did Michonne. I mean, I could see them doing Carol in the same way, because that little time frame that she wasn't around. I wouldn't be surprised, because you got to keep in mind, she was gone for a spell, and she came back a badass. She didn't read some freaking... She was at the library reading books on, survival. I don't know. So she had to be with a group or something. I would love to hear that storyline.
Well, one other thing, too, they're not really following the TV show. That was kind of a misspeak on my part. It's more of a comic book to video game transition. It definitely is more of the comic book world. In fact, this story here is... Michonne disappears in issue 140, I think it is, and she doesn't come back until 149 or 50 or somewhere. It's not long, but she's out of several issues.
Okay.
And so this is filling that gap right there. That's what this is supposed to do. and it's interesting. She's run into a new, group of people that she's dealing with. She's run into some people now that she has to deal with, and it's just interesting with her personality. And that's the great part. You can either play her personality and do the stuff exactly like Michonne in the TV series or the comic book would, or you can go completely the other direction and, don't be the tight-lipped woman. Go ahead and answer all the questions they want and do, you know what I mean? And you can totally play it however you want. But the first run through, I tried to do it as much in her voice as I could.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great though. I mean, I would love to play the game. I probably won't play the game. I still own the first two, which I've maybe completed. I don't know. I forgot where I'm in the farm. I know that much. So,
so he's getting there.
But people
wait till you get to the dairy. Holy crap!
No, I think that's where I'm at.
Oh, you're not at Herschel's farm. You're actually at the dairy. Okay.
I'm at the dairy of the.
Yeah, so you're like in the second or so episode of the first season. I think second or third episode.
I think I'm in the third episode. 'Cause I already did the motel part, and then I was taken to that dairy farm. Now I'm walking around the fence line checking shit out. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at.
That's where he's at still.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've been there for at least 8 months, people. But yeah.
Go ahead.
But I said, honestly, I do like the game. It's not that I'm not playing because I don't like it. I do like the game. It's just I just don't have the game time I need to that I want so desperately, which I should look into it. I may have to.
Excuses. What I really love about the game, I got to tell you, is the way the choices play out. Like, for example, there's one thing, without giving any spoilers. There's a duffel bag that's in question, and somebody goes to take it and run away. And you have the option of either letting them get away or grabbing the bag. And I chose the thing to grab the bag. And, of course, then when the next scene kind of happened, I was the one red-handed. As opposed to if I'd have let them go, then they might have been, and it would have changed possibly what happened throughout the rest of the game. I have no idea how it'll change the dialogue. Again, I'm going to play through it a second time, and I will see. But really, again, I just like the impact of your choices actually has an effect on what your character does and how people relate to you.
I'm sorry I mean to do this, but I'm a little offended now. So you're playing a black woman, and you got caught stealing?
Yep.
That's what you're telling me?
Yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
And
who made this game again? So I can write my letter to who?
I don't know. Telltale. Go complain. Man shouts, shakes fist at cloud. Here it's going on. Yeah, but no, it's just it's really interesting. I like how they let you do the different choices your way, and I am interested in making the complete opposite choices. Just see how it plays out or what it
I gotta admit that's what attracts me to the game is the fact that some choices like, damn, either one, I'm screwed. Yep. I will give the game that. There are at least a couple of times where I play like, well, either way, it's not good for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you haven't even touched on it. There's a couple episodes up from where you are in that first season. Mm-hmm. That's just heartbreaking what you got to do. It's like, oh my God, dude. I'm serious. In real life, I'd just be like, you know what? Let me just shoot myself because fuck these choices, man.
I didn't come here for I just want some entertainment. I want some freaking moral choice and fuck me up for the rest of the week.
But no, I love that kind of writing, though. That's the whole thing. They really, and that's what makes the entire Walking Dead so great is that it's touching on topics that have a different impact in this kind of a world. Mm-hmm. And, from love and loyalty and trust and all of these things. And it's interesting. And yeah, when it comes down to it, when you get to the end of the game, if you made certain choices, there'll be people that when you need them to help you, they're like, fuck you, you weren't there for me. Mm-hmm. And that changes how you play out the end of the game. And I love that. That's deep, man. That makes it interesting.
Well, there you go. That's the power of video games and TV, any kind of media, is that it comes down to the writing. And you really get deep in those type of games. You want to be part of that world. And look at you. You love the Walking Dead games.
Absolutely. Not all of them. You couldn't pay me to play the Survival Instinct game.
Well, I was referring to the Telltale games.
Yeah. I tried. I played a couple of levels. It was one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Mm-hmm. It was so poorly done. Yeah. But yeah, the Telltale games, they're done right. But that's not to say every Telltale game is perfect. They did a Jurassic Park game it's complete crap. Their Back to the Future game was very adolescent. So they, it's give and take. Just choose which ones. I hear they have a Game of Thrones one, but I don't know the Game of Thrones story enough, so I haven't played that. And they have a Borderlands one, and I haven't touched on that one yet.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, tell you what, you got yourself here, Tony Lamar. I'll be performing in Roswell, New Mexico. Well, I'm so glad you did that because, yes, this is where Area 51 is supposed to be. But this is the crazy part. All I have is the address. I don't know the name of the place. Even the advertisement is very vague. It's just
The Club in Black is going to be playing.
it's going to be with me, Aldo and Mario Sanz and Hector Garcia. But
Good. You should record all those names so that when you don't come back, we'll know who you were.
yes, but all I know is in Roswell, New Mexico, and it's at 3201 South Sunset Avenue, and that's all I
that?
know, people. But
You hear that, Mulder?
Yeah.
You go get to that address.
I'm gonna take all the pictures. If I see any aliens, I'm gonna grab it.
Try not to make them blurry. Everybody has blurry pictures. Can you try to get a clear
Well, there's
one?
a focus that's for pictures of aliens only, and it automatically blurs every picture to make them all authentic. That's what they do.
Absolutely.
That's what I have to do. People, you can find me online at Tony_Lamar. I'm out there, people. Ross.
Hey, you can find me at the Punctual Pothead. And, of course, you can see me popping up everywhere around Los Angeles, sometimes even in public.
All right, and make sure you leave your comments, people, because we would like to hear from you about stuff you want to hear about, movies or Walking Dead or whatever it could be about the zombie apocalypse. How can we help you survive it? Hey, ask this question because I've been through the apocalypse. It was called my first marriage.